Are your legs feeling weaker, cramping more often, or just not keeping up like they used to? You're not alone, and the solution might be simpler than you think. In this video, we're diving into the top 3 vitamins every senior needs for stronger, pain-free legs, whether it's muscle loss, poor circulation, or nerve tingling. These vitamins are the real power players for keeping you mobile, balanced, and independent. Stick around, because just a few small changes could mean fewer falls, more energy, and legs that feel 10 years younger. Let's give your legs the support they've been missing. Number 1, Vitamin D3. As you age, your body loses about 30% of its ability to make vitamin D3 from sunlight. By the time you're over 70, that drops even further, up to 50% less efficient than in your 20s. That's one major reason many seniors walk around with low D3 levels and don't even realize it. In fact, studies show over 60% of seniors have insufficient or deficient vitamin D3 levels. That means more than half of the older adult population is walking on legs that aren't getting what they need for strength, balance, or bone safety. Now, how does this deficiency actually affect your legs? First off, vitamin D3 helps absorb calcium. Without D3, you only absorb about 10 to 15% of dietary calcium. With enough D3, you absorb about 30 to 40%. That's a huge difference. Less calcium means weaker bones. Weaker bones mean a higher risk of fractures. Seniors low in D3 have a 33% higher risk of falling. One fall can lead to a broken hip, and about 20% of seniors who fracture a hip don't survive beyond a year due to complications. That's how serious this is. Deficiency also affects your muscles. Seniors low in D3 are more likely to have reduced leg strength and slower reflexes. This is because D3 plays a direct role in activating muscle fibers, especially the ones responsible for balance and quick movements. Without D3, those fast-twitch muscle fibers get sluggish. That's why falls become more frequent. Some research even shows that people with very low D3 levels have up to 2x the risk of muscle weakness. And when it comes to nerves, especially conditions like neuropathy or sciatica, D3 helps regulate inflammation and nerve repair. Seniors with low D3 show higher levels of nerve pain and slower recovery from injuries. For people with PAD, peripheral artery disease, or DVT, deep vein thrombosis, low D3 is common, and some studies suggest that low D3 increases the risk of clot-related issues by up to 40%. Even your hormones are affected. In men, low D3 is linked to up to 20% lower testosterone levels. That can reduce libido, energy, and mood. In women, D3 helps regulate estrogen. When these hormones dip, bones lose strength faster, and libido can disappear. It's all connected. If you're a senior already dealing with leg issues, correcting this deficiency is key. First, get your blood levels tested. You want to aim for 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter. Many seniors fall under 30 nanograms per milliliter, and anything below 20 nanograms per milliliter is considered deficient. A safe daily intake for seniors is 1,000 to 2,000 IU/day, though some may need up to 5,000 IU if severely low, under a doctor's guidance. A 3-5-ounce serving of salmon gives you about 600 to 1,000 IU, which is great. One egg yolk gives you about 40 IU, and fortified milk gives 100 IU per cup, so you'd need about 10 cups of milk just to hit the daily target. That's why food alone often isn't enough. The signs you might be low in vitamin D3: achy legs, weak thighs, muscle cramps, unsteady walking, joint stiffness, or even just feeling tired and slow. You might bruise easier, take longer to heal, or feel like your knees don't support you like they used to. Some seniors describe it as a hollow or unstable feeling in the legs. If you notice these things, it's a strong clue your D3 might be low. To fix it, go with a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement, cholecalciferol, ideally in soft gel or liquid form. Take it with your biggest meal, especially one that includes fat. Why fat? Because D3 is fat-soluble, and your body absorbs it much better with fat, up to 30% more effectively. Don't forget magnesium. Without enough magnesium, you won't convert D3 into its active form. You'll want about 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium daily. Also, consider pairing with vitamin K2 around 90 to 120 micrograms daily, because it directs calcium into bones instead of arteries. Now, for a little luxury, because healthy doesn't mean boring, try grilled wild salmon with lemon butter asparagus. That's easily 800 IU of D3 in one meal. Or go for eggs poached over sautéed mushrooms with avocado slices. Add a glass of fortified plant milk and you're giving your bones, muscles, and nerves a real boost. For a dinner treat, Baked trout with Parmesan spinach and roasted sweet potatoes is delicious and functional. It combines D3, healthy fats, magnesium, and potassium, everything your legs crave. Supplements are essential if you're not hitting your numbers. Look for products with at least 1000 IU per capsule. Some people prefer drops because they absorb fast and can be mixed into food. Always choose D3 over D2. D3 is 87% more effective at raising and maintaining blood levels. What should you avoid? Don't take calcium supplements without enough D3 and K2. This can lead to calcium buildup in arteries, increasing the risk of heart issues. Avoid soda and excess caffeine, they leach calcium from bones. Also, be careful with medications that affect fat absorption, like certain cholesterol drugs and laxatives. They can make D3 harder to absorb. Limit alcohol, it lowers D3 levels and weakens bones over time. And definitely avoid skipping meals or going extremely low fat, because your D3 absorption depends on dietary fat. To put it simply, vitamin D3 isn't just a bone vitamin, it's a leg vitamin, it's a balance vitamin, it's a muscle, mood, nerve, and sex drive vitamin. For seniors, getting enough D3 could be the difference between staying strong and upright, or falling and losing your independence. Don't wait for a fracture to find out you were low. Test, supplement, eat smart, and stay strong. Number 2, vitamin B6, pyridoxine. As you age, your body becomes up to 40% less efficient at absorbing vitamin B6 from food. Around 30% of seniors over age 65 are already mildly deficient. This goes up to 50% in those over 75. If you're on common medications like diuretics, blood pressure pills, or diabetes drugs, the risk rises by 20 to 30% more. Alcohol use increases loss of B6 by up to 40%, especially in men. In older women, long-term use of hormone replacement can reduce B6 status by up to 25%. Vitamin B6 is critical for your nerves, muscles, circulation, and even blood formation. Deficiency makes leg problems worse. About 60 to 70% of seniors with peripheral neuropathy also have low B6 levels. In a study on older adults with nerve pain, 45% had B6 deficiency. Another study found over 35% of seniors with leg cramps had low B6 levels. Seniors with weak thigh muscles had 23% lower B6 levels on average compared to stronger peers. If you have arthritis, your need for B6 is about 20% higher, because inflammation increases the breakdown of this vitamin. B6 is needed to make serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These affect not just your nerves, but also your mood, sleep, and motivation to move. Low B6 in seniors is linked with up to 70% higher rates of depression and anxiety. Those conditions can reduce libido and energy, especially in men and postmenopausal women. In older men, low B6 correlates with 15 to 20% lower testosterone levels. In women, B6 helps regulate estrogen. Deficiency causes hormone imbalance, hot flashes, low energy, and less interest in intimacy. These hormonal changes directly affect how you feel in your body and your legs. Low mood leads to less activity, which worsens muscle loss and stiffness. Your muscles also need B6 to process protein. If you don't get enough, you lose muscle faster. Studies show seniors low in B6 lose up to 18% more leg mass over 3 years. That's part of sarcopenia, the muscle wasting process. You'll feel it as weakness in your thighs, slower walking, and trouble getting up from a chair. Add in low B6's effect on balance, and your risk of falling goes up by 35 to 40%. The nerves in your legs also need B6 to transmit signals. Deficiency leads to slower nerve conduction. That shows up as tingling, numbness, or burning in your feet or calves. About 30% of seniors with unexplained foot pain are later found to be low in B6. Restless leg syndrome? B6 levels in those patients are often 25 to 40% lower than normal. Seniors with diabetes are especially at risk. Diabetic neuropathy is made worse by B6 deficiency, and up to 70% of diabetics have suboptimal levels. B6 also protects blood vessels. It helps keep homocysteine low. High homocysteine causes blood vessel damage, poor circulation, and clot risk. Seniors with low B6 have twice the risk of poor leg circulation. PAD and DDT patients often show B6 levels 25% below normal. That's why cold feet, delayed healing, or blue toes might not just be blood flow issues. It could be a sign your B6 is running low. The symptoms to watch for include burning feet, pins and needles in the legs, muscle twitching, nighttime cramps, shaky knees, or stiff thighs. Some people get swollen feet or dry, cracked skin on the shins. A common one is weakness when climbing stairs. If walking gets tiring fast or your legs feel dull, numb, or hollow, it could be your nerves calling for help. Mood changes like irritability or low motivation also show up. All these signs can happen slowly and be missed. The recommended daily intake is 1.7 milligrams for men, 1.5 milligrams for women. But many seniors only get 0.9 to 1.2 milligrams daily from food. You may need 2 to 3 milligrams per day to correct mild deficiency. If severely low, your doctor might recommend 10 to 50 milligrams daily for a few weeks. Most research shows that restoring B6 to normal levels improves symptoms in 4 to 6 weeks. Now let's make this delicious. A grilled chicken breast has 0.6 milligrams of B6. A serving of salmon gives 0.5 milligrams. One banana has 0.4 milligrams, half a cup of boiled spinach has 0.4 milligrams. Add a baked potato with skin, another 0.7 milligrams, together, that's about 2.6 milligrams, perfect for one day. For a luxury meal, try seared tuna with lemon herb potatoes and garlic sautéed spinach. Or roasted turkey thigh with mushroom quinoa and grilled bell peppers. For breakfast, a veggie omelet with mushrooms, spinach, and avocado with a banana smoothie hits the spot. These are tasty, easy to absorb, and support your nerves and muscles. Supplements help a lot if your food intake is too low. A 5 mg B6 supplement daily is safe for most seniors. Some take 10 to 25 mg short-term under doctor advice. Look for pyridoxine hydrochloride or the active form P5P. Soft gels or liquids are absorbed better if digestion is weak. Always take B6 with food, ideally a meal with some fat and protein. That improves absorption and reduces nausea. Avoid high alcohol, which lowers B6 by up to 40%. Smoking, 2B6 breaks down faster in smokers. Don't rely on processed foods, they strip B6 during production. White bread, instant rice, and sugary snacks have almost zero B6 left. Be cautious with long-term use of meds like isoniazid, hydralazine, or birth control pills. These can drop your B6 by 20 to 50% over time. Also avoid overdoing B6 supplements. More than 100 mg daily for months can cause nerve damage, especially in the hands and feet. To keep it simple, your legs need B6 to move, feel, recover, and stay strong. Your nerves need it to stay sharp. Your blood vessels need it to stay clear. Your hormones and mood need it to keep you energized and connected. As you age, your need goes up while your intake usually goes down. This creates a gap, one that can make walking painful, balance tricky, and your body feel old before it's time. But it doesn't have to be that way. With the right meals, smart supplementation, and awareness of what drains your B6, you can turn this around. Your legs deserve it. Let me know if you'd like a tailored food and supplement plan to match your needs. Number 3, Vitamin B1, Thiamine. Vitamin B1, also called thiamine, is one of the most important vitamins for senior leg health. In adults over 65, about 20% to 30% have low thiamine levels. In those with chronic illness or medications, deficiency jumps to 40%. Seniors taking diuretics lose 25% to 30% more B1 in their urine. If you drink alcohol, even small amounts, it reduces B1 absorption by 40%. Aging reduces stomach acid, lowering B1 absorption by 20% to 30%. Diabetics lose up to 40% more B1 due to changes in glucose handling. All of this adds up and increases the risk of deficiency as you age. Without enough B1, your leg muscles lose strength. Seniors low in thiamine have 35% less endurance in leg muscles. Over time, they lose up to 15% of leg muscle mass in just 2 years. Around 45% of elderly people with weak legs have low B1 levels. Your nerves also suffer. B1 is needed for nerve signal transmission. Without it, you may feel burning, tingling, or numbness in your feet. In seniors with neuropathy, up to 60% have low B1. In diabetics with leg nerve pain, 70% are deficient. Thiamine deficiency slows nerve signals by 40%, causing balance issues, foot weakness, and falls. Seniors with low B1 are 2x more likely to fall. Thiamine also supports blood flow. Poor circulation in the feet and legs is 30% more common in seniors with B1 deficiency. Wound healing is 50% slower in seniors with low thiamine. Cold feet, swelling, and ulcers become more frequent if you already have PAD, DVT, or varicose veins. B1 deficiency makes symptoms worse. Low B1 also affects hormones. Men with deficiency may have 15% to 20% lower testosterone, libido drops, and energy crashes. Women with low B1 have more fatigue, poor sleep, and lower mood. Thiamine supports hormones and nerve health, both important for desire, performance, and fertility. The daily thiamine requirement is 1, 2 mg for men and 1 mg for women. Most seniors only get 0.8 to 1.0 mg, which is 20% to 30% less than needed. If you have medical conditions or take medications, your need rises to 1.5 to 2.0 mg, and if you're correcting a deficiency, doctors may recommend 10 mg to 100 mg daily for short-term use. Research shows seniors who take high-dose thiamine experience a 60% reduction in nerve pain within 4 weeks. Energy, strength, and leg balance improve by 40% to 50%. Symptoms of low B1 in the legs include tired thighs, shaky knees, cramps, burning or tingling in the feet, numb toes, or poor balance. In seniors with frequent falls, 40% had low B1 levels. These signs often build slowly. Your legs might feel hollow, heavy, or rubbery when you walk or stand. If you ignore these signs, they get worse, but if you act early, symptoms improve. You can get thiamine from food. Pork provides 0.8 mg per 3-ounce serving, about 67% of your daily need. Black beans give 0.4 mg per cup, or 33%. Brown rice gives 0.2 mg, or 15%. Sunflower seeds give 0.6 mg in a small snack, or 50%. A luxury plate with pork, lentils, brown rice, and greens can give 120% to 150% of your daily thiamine. Supplements are often needed for seniors. Doctors recommend 25 mg to 100 mg per day for those who are low. Benfotiamine, a special form of B1, improves absorption by 30% to 50% and is especially helpful for nerve pain. Within a month, pain can reduce by 60%, and muscle function improves. After symptoms improve, 5 mg to 10 mg daily can maintain your levels. Avoid things that lower thiamine. Alcohol lowers absorption by 40%. White bread, white rice, and sugary snacks are stripped of 90% of their thiamine during processing. Diuretics, antacids, and metformin reduce B1 levels by 25% to 40% over time. Skipping meals or crash dieting also drops intake by 50% or more. Since B1 is water-soluble, it flushes out quickly if you're not eating enough. In short, about 1 in 3 seniors are not getting enough thiamine, and that affects your legs in many ways. From weak muscles to poor nerve signals and reduced circulation, B1 plays a big role. The good news is you can reverse many symptoms by eating better, adding targeted supplements, and avoiding things that drain your levels. If your legs feel heavy, tired, or numb, it's worth checking your B1. Fixing it can bring back strength, balance, energy, and even spark more vitality in other areas of life. Let me know if you want a tailored food or supplement plan to match your needs. Thanks for watching. We hope you now know the essential vitamins to keep your legs strong, healthy, and ready for anything. Don't forget, it's never too late to make small changes for big results. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from stronger legs. Your health journey starts with the right knowledge, so take action today. Stay active, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.